Hello and welcome to Successful Trading. This video, we are going to do a review, side-by-side review of eTrade versus eOption. So this has been a long time waiting for me to actually have the opportunity to do this. So finally, I'm very excited to bring you today's review of Power Trade versus eOption. So without any further ado, let us go ahead and get started. So on the top on here, we have eTrade. On the bottom, we have eOption, and I'm going to try to go really look at the major features and how things are done to give you an idea what to expect from the two trading platforms. So my first thing on here, going to settings. This is how you go, for instance, on Power Trade and set your default setting in terms of your number of options and your default trade price. Platform settings in terms of the speed, if you want hotkeys, the trade settings, you want a preview. Yes, this is something I recommend because this is how you're gonna avoid mistakes. So you want a confirmation screen as well. That's way if you insert something inadvertently. So here is my tiny two accounts that I use for these videos. Release notes, where they bring you new features or things that they have updated. As you can see, recently a lot of things have been going on this platform. As I've been, you know that I trade with it. I've been trading with it for many years now, and some of the financial disclosures on here. So nope. So that's how eTrade shows that. Let's see, how do I get out of here? Can I toggle back and forth? Yep. So if I go back here, I can just say save. So and then minimize again. Okay, on the bottom on here, the setting button for eOption is here. Oh, okay, here it came relatively quickly. So profile, whatever, you don't want to know that. My accounts, the quantity limit that you want. So in terms of stocks, right now we have stock selected 100. You can move that wherever you like. For options, default quantity 20. Yeah, that's a lot. So you can move that to any value that you want. Order type, you want order. We've talked about this, right? So if you are new, limit market, also you want limit order for the most part, duration for the day, extended hour, regular hours, and spread, the maximum spread that you quantity to implement a multiplier. They give you an option on here just for quick trade. So then you just, after that, I think yep, you just say okay. So that's about that. So the button that they look alike here. So this button is the alert button. So here, let's create an alert. So for us, we want an alert on T-Mobile US, for instance, when it go above, I don't know, $100. Yeah, that's something that I'm looking forward to. Activate. So alert activated successfully. That's how easy it is done under. You see my all alerts on here. I will need to maybe reset them. Some of them are. So if they're satisfied, is in orange. If it's deactivated, you're gonna see it in this white color, and the active one there in yellow. So a lot of them. So if I want to reset, I can just, yeah, yeah, this one is activated. Okay, I put that twice in there. So if you select one of them, the one that you selected, you can just set it to reset or something like that. So, oh, edit alert. So this is where you go, edit alert. I just go in here and say, okay, for instance, all of these, what do I want to do with them? Delete, for instance. Okay, that's done. So I'm done editing, and that's good. I click on it and I'm out of there. On the eOption side, same symbol here. So T-Mobile US, less or equal to, yeah, okay. I can decide that one of them is gonna be a bullish alert, the other one from the other one. So less or equal to, let's say, if it go below $80, that will not be good for me. And then I add that, and it will send me an email somewhere. So yeah, so notification. Yes, this is where you set up how you're gonna receive some of those notifications. So web-based, they will send you an alert when you are logged in. SMS, they have your phone number. You can do that. And an email, obviously. Here, I didn't get to do that via email at all. Over here, how did I manage that? Trade settings, was account settings, platform settings, notification settings. Here we go. So notification settings. So email through message sender, and then mobile push is where I get most of them through mobile push. That's what I've selected on here. But I do also get confirmation, for instance, when I enter a trade, a position, a flash somewhere at the bottom of my screen. Okay, so let me save that. Okay, so those are your basic things, right? So now really the main comparison for me, it's what's gonna happen in navigating this thing. So here, all of this stuff, most of them, they come in. So here's my watch list that I created on eOption. So you kind of see it here, and it's also scrolling here on the top. The scrolling part, I'm not so sure. I mean, some people prefer that. For me, it used to be a distraction, to be honest with you. So I'm not so sure about that. So if I come here on the Power E-Trade side, my watch list here is static. So I scroll down and I can just ask him to show them to me by decreasing order by market change. So meaning that I can know what stock is performing bullishly or bearishly by just ranking them here, sorting them rather. So right now, RCL, for instance, it's really having a bad day. Well, the entire market's having a bad day, but each particularly Tilray, it's having a bad day as well. The bullish guys which are bucking stock that are bucking the trend were JD, Targets, and Kroger this morning. Zoom has also trying to do something put in the positive sense. Baidu has been struggling. It's a struggler, but at least it's not selling off big time as the rest of the market today. And then here at the bottom, I have the ETF. So right now, the worst ETF that has really been horrendous is the Russell 2K. It was bullish for a while, if you have been following us, and then all of a sudden, it's really just giving up the ghost. So God knows where it's going to finish. So that's how you can track your watch list. So here, if you want to, I want to add something on the watch list, it's as easy as doing this. Sorry, I just scrolled down. Sorry that I have that. So you just type whatever. If you already have something in the watch list, it will not take it. So S, I can add it in the watch list. So it's telling me that unable to add symbol. I purposely chose that because S ceased to trade today. S has become T-Mobile, folks. So you cannot trade that anymore. So from now on, then I'm gonna put T-Mobile. And as you saw, when it adds it to the list, it's automatically sorted based on where it stands. So very, very, very nice out there. I'm not sure who else do I not have in the list, on the watch list. Geez, I'm not gonna waste time on that. At least you know how to do that. That's very easy on there. And then you can see here, select columns that you want to add, that you want on yours. So for me, really, I keep it very simple. Last, the last price that is traded and the market change between the previous close and up. You can add all of this, the bid, the whatever. It's just going to provide you a bigger screen, or the volume if you want. I don't know. So let's just put them here, save. If we do that, look what happens. So now we see all of these things. Let me actually go all the way. The bit the ask is here. So for me, I have these notes here. These notes, as of now, they don't mean anything to you, but those are things that for me, they are personal, meaning that while I'm trading, this is how it keep me alerted. For instance, let's just read one of them, right? So can we read this? Forward 3-in-1 on 5/7 at 25.77 May 10/25 put May 19/26 Okay, so this is my mental way of reminding me when I do my study to see, okay, if the alert is set below a certain price or no, I go calls or puts. So that's something very neat that I like to do on there, obviously. So let's go back here, and I'm gonna just remove these bits. What is happening here? Select columns. Yeah, select columns. Sorry. So I don't want to see the ask. I don't want to see the bid. Just this as of now. So save, keep it as simple as that. So, and then I put it on the side there. Here's the watch list. I think, okay, you see how much time it's taking to just go to one thing to another here on eOption? So the chart that I'm asking there, it was next to it, but if I want to create something, this is where I will go and just say, okay, give it a name, TBP2, so that's another watch list, say okay, and then start entering stuff. So that's that on here. Now they've added these new things on eOption. So to make it fair, let's maybe maximize eOption here. So you have the daily outlook, okay, where they give you pretty much a synopsis of the markets. There's the economic calendar as well. That's something new that they added. The account summary, what's in there? The account summary is really just your position or anything where you stand right now. What's inside stocks? Stocks is your watch list. So here I have several watch lists. I have two watch lists. Here's the one, CBP, the second. And here's another one, master watch list. And this is where how you add so if I want to add, create a new watch list. So create a new watch list. We're gonna call this watch list test. Then we say create, and so we're gonna tap a symbol. We're gonna call it CMUS because that's our new favorite stock. And all right, so here's the watch list as of now. And then if I go into settings, I can decide the window name, how I want it to be displayed, and things like that. So here's my watch list. If I want to add, who else do I want to add? I like this guy as well right now, though it's not behaving. It takes, see the time lag a little bit, how much time it takes just for the action to be performed versus how much it was automatic on the other one. So here, these columns on here, obviously you could decide what you want to see out of them. So now I have 3 watch lists that I have available on here. So charts, what do I think of the charting tool of eOption? Is not the greatest, guys, really, to be honest with you. I mean, the charting tool by default that you know by now is TradingView. I've shared that with you many times. Most of the other tool platform, they just try. I know there's some other good ones out there, but those platforms, I haven't used them that much. Research, okay, you can go into a stock here, they have some type of research or anything. I do not really rely on this thing to trade, to be honest with you. So things like this that eOption has, option chains, okay, this is where it happens. This is the option chain. For me, this is what breaks or make a platform for in terms of the ability to confuse or not confuse, especially beginners, new beginners who are trying to just get a sense of how to trade. So here, this is what it looks like in eOption. As far as I know, I mean, the strikes are here for both sides. The puts are on the right-hand side. The calls are on the left-hand side. And really, this is cumbersome. You see the usual stuff, bid side, ask size, volume spread, delta, implied volatility, and you can bring all many others, right? So if we go on eTrade, so anytime you go to accounts, I mean, under position or whatever. So here under trading, I just click option. And let's take a look, actually. Can we do it side by side for a better comparison? So yeah, let's try that. Sorry. So you're gonna look at them vertically. So maybe to get a sense. No, it's not lending itself to that. That's fine. But for me, I just wanted to show you this. Okay, let's move whatever this thing is here. I'm gonna remove it. So when you come here right now, This is the default view, meaning that you can see both, just like in eOption or in eOption, but then you can decide to just say, hey, I just want to see the call, the puts by clicking that little small arrow to the left. So here I might put for, let's say, T-Mobile US. I can go to Microsoft puts right now. Yeah, that's well, it's down minus 3%, excuse me. That will be very fitting. So here are the puts on here, and you have all of this. You can decide here if how many strikes you want. It gives you all the way to 40 or all. Did I have all? Yeah, whatever is available, you can see all of them by just scrolling. But this is nice to me. I'm not, because I'm used to this, but I can really nicely see some things on here. And look at the ordering, guys. I don't have to go somewhere else to place an order. If I want to buy something, I just click here and the order ticket comes. I can manage it here. My quantity, my expiration, my strike, and then my limit price, my price limit, market stop. We talked about these in other videos, so no need to take you through if you are new and you want to learn how to place an order inside an option chain, just go ahead and read that video through. You will learn everything that you need to do. Here today we are comparing eTrade versus eOption, and right now we are comparing the option chain. Is just night and day between the two. So if that little arrow, this is it here, right? So if I just click on it to the right, I have all the calls, and I can scroll down again just like with everything else. Going back to eOption, that's clouded. Everything is just clouded there between the calls and the options, the calls and the puts. And now, mind you, if I want to place a trade, do they let me do that? No. Oh, okay. Also over here, you see the grid on that one. But my whole point was that what happened if I click on here? This is where I go to put in an order. This is the trade ticket, meaning it's another step. I mean, you have to click onto something and then this comes overall. So the trade ticket, in this case here, the symbol is here. So you will have to add option, decide you want to buy to open. You could also sell to open, right? We haven't talked about that, right? But buy to open is typically what you do. Your quantity, the expiry. So W mean weekly. Trust me, do not make the mistake that I made last week on IWM. They had quarterly option expiring on Tuesday. Yeah, I didn't catch that. Costly for me. So weekly, you decide on your strike. So Microsoft weekly, geez. Well, let's see. Am I going to buy puts? So if I'm buying puts, I'm going to say 150 puts, for instance. And they will tell me the bid and the ask. Okay, these guys, we're going to talk about the price maybe at the end on here. These guys, this is 10 cents per contract for option. For eTrade, it's 50 cents. It depends how long have you been trading. I pay less than that for them. I negotiated it 35 cents, but I'm an old timer. But these guys, they're gonna tell you that for every trade you have to is an additional $1.99. So we're actually going to show you the math, or you can do the math. Believe it or not, you will be spending more money if you're really a heavy trader. I think let me I'm gonna look it up. And bring that diagram, and I'm going to put that in the article as well, because that's something that's I mean, talk about trying to. Okay, I have that. I found that. So let's come back here. So we have seen the trading platform, the option chain trading between the two. It's really night and day. So the screen about the position and orders. This is it here for eOption. I don't have any as of now. Here on eTrade, I have some. So you go positions, and they just show something like that. So same thing on here. I mean, they will show. I don't have anything bad to say about them. It's just typically, I think they will have your orders will be at the bottom, your position will be on the top. I think that's how I did remember them. Oh yeah, this is it here. So the orders are here on the top and the position will be here at the bottom as of now. So if we decided to go with this trade, that's so again, this you come to trading after looking at the option chain to set up your trade, and then you have, I don't know, there's just something that bothersome to me, the way that these are displayed on here. So and here oh yeah, I think, yeah, this is how you change the expiry dates. Okay, I was okay. This is how you change the expiry date. So right now we're looking at the April 3rd. I just switch it to the April 9th. So the 8 days from now. So same things here. I can go to July or whatever. So again, I mean, that's the way of doing it here. Though again, the calls are on the left, the puts are on the right. If I minimize that and I go to this one, remember how we showed you how you can change. So we go to options. The dates are here. All the dates are here. So no guessing game. I mean, instead of being vertically, they're horizontally, and I just go tack. Path. It seems this for me, E-Trade is a bit faster, or much faster. And then I told you about this implied volatility line that I really like, that E-Trade offers as well. What else can we talk about on here? Oh, E-Trade has this platform tutorial videos. This is something that I really encourage newcomers to get in if you haven't done that as of now. So I will leave that to your time. So what other features that these guys they have here on eOption? So we talked about the position and orders, the additional services. What's on here? Okay, notice how there's that lag time. It's the same internet for both, mind you. So cash management, link your account to your bank. Yeah, I think they did something that's nice. And I think eTrade has it now as well, because I helped somebody, one new trader recently, a subscriber on my YouTube channel, set up the eTrade accounts, and they were able to link their bank on the same day. So I will actually be checking with them later this week that they are up and running. Custom, I think custom is just, I don't know what I put on the custom. So again, we talked about this. This is the watch list. So TBP is the watch list. It's something that I added. Here's the chart. Moving averages, and then the band, the Bollinger Band, and the standard RSI relative signal indicator, moving average convergence divergence. This is my standard setup, same as the one that I see on eTrade. So on eTrade here, if I want to look at a chart, I just click on here, and then the chart can pop out. There we go. I can pop out the chart using this arrow. You have seen this in my many videos before. Same setup, upper Bollinger Band, lower Bollinger Band. And here, I think I'm displaying what's new on here in terms of my study that I'm displaying. I'm displaying VWAP. I didn't have VWAP set up at the time. I don't know if they offer VWAP at eOption in any case. So we have the relative strength index. That's what RSI is, not indicator. Relative strength index. Sorry about that. Moving average convergence divergence on here, and then we have the volume here as well. So this is for the stock itself. Do not confuse that with when sometimes I show you in the videos. It's the same chart, but I usually do that for options. So, and the way that I do that for options, let's come back here. So when I go to an option, I can say, hey, show me the chart of the price of that option. Is a good indication about what's going on. So earlier today, I think I was looking at the 160 calls. Yep, let's look at that. That's and then charts. Okay, So here at some point, this thing I thought was supposed really to be bullish. And then when it did this, that was a bad sign that we were not going anywhere fast. So told you about how we can use this indication like yesterday here to go short somewhere here. And then when you have this cross exactly as we do for the stock itself, so it's very helpful. It's very helpful as well. eOption does not have that as far as I know. I may be wrong. So if I go to option chain, can I plot? I'm not sure what I can plot on here. I see a bunch of numbers moving. But add to watch list, clear selection, you know. Yep, so really those are the overall features. So when it comes to me introducing you to these two platforms, I think as of now, my preference will definitely be for eTrade over eOption. The last thing that I want to bring here is the pricing. This is an official email. I'm actually gonna copy it and put it onto put it in the article. Okay, here is what eTrade is eOption is saying. It's comparing its price, option price, versus the competition, versus Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, eTrade, and for instance. So per contract, they charge 10 cents. Okay, so and the other all charge 65 cents. But my friend, there is a small asterisk saying $2 per trade. Okay, so they're telling you that, okay, if you are to have 250 contracts, I don't know, whatever period, let's say over a month time, eOption, you're gonna pay about $27. All of the other guys, $162. Okay, not so fast, my friend. Each trade here, it's an additional $2. So that's where I go. You know me by now. I'm gonna bring the calculator. So if we bring in the calculator, so let's say 250 trade, because right now they're showing that pretty much you are saving 162 or 50, whatever, minus 27. So that you are saving 135, okay? But each trade costs you 129. So this 250 contract, I don't know about you, but based on my experience, because at one time I was pretty wild, especially when I was trading with that 10 cents per contract on eOption. So let's say conservatively, how many trades does it take you to each trade? Remember, this means you're buying or selling. Buying, that's one trade. You're selling, that's another trade. So 250 contract, let's say for me, if you are conservatively saying that you're taking 10 contract per trade, this is 25 trades. So these 25 trades, I think it could even be more than that. 25 trades that you're originating, so you have to count them twice. So that's make it 50. So $2 times 25 trades when you're buying them and then selling them, that's $100, that's 130 or so. So the delta in terms of pricing is not as wide as eOption is leading you to believe, because each time you are paying $2 per trade. So you could actually end up without sneakingly being paying more with the eOption than with these other guys. That's my, and then the 65 cents here, I guarantee you, especially nowadays, I think it's 50 cents. You can get 50 cents at each trade by just calling them saying, hey, I'm going to be trading more than, I think, over 100 trade per quarter. Yes, you get that 50 cents. I know that as a fact. For me, I'm getting actually 35 cents just because of my long-term relationship with them. So I think this is it for today. This is going to conclude our eOption versus eTrade comparison of the features. I'm gonna be making maybe some more focused video on specific things that you do. For instance, I'm going to be talking about this thing that's inside of, notice, see how long it takes? Oh, this is what I was looking for. Option play. I'm gonna be making a special review about this service. So just wait tight. News. Okay, artificial intelligence. That's a feature that they have inside on here. I haven't used it. It's relatively new, but that's I will do another review for that as well in the coming weeks on here. But I wanted to conclude by saying by going here. I think I don't know what was the logo here. I want to see that logo again. How did we get there? Let's just finish with that. I don't know what was the motto. I think it was something like option play, option for the rest of us. That's a play on words. For those who do not know the famous series Seinfeld, where instead of doing the Christmas thing, one of the character, Josh Costanza, it's into the Festivus. So Festivus for the rest of us. I have a friend of mine, a buddy of mine in Texas, who always wish me happy Festivus when it comes times for the holiday. So I will be making a special review for this feature. So for the time being, I will leave you here for today. Give me your impression or your experience on having used eOption and having used eTrade, or based on this review, which one of the two will you consider as your initial platform for trading option? Thank you for your time and talk to you soon. Bye bye.